I'm folding clothes up, making a video. Um, Ethereum, crypto, guys. I'm gonna keep talking about this because it's one of my primary focuses. I need to get that thing for my phone. Get this thing for my phone. Yeah. You know, it's cryptocurrency. I made a video about it, and I don't think I posted it. Somebody took it. I think Keita probably took it. Yeah, I made a video about it, but I didn't post it, and I was explaining what money is.
Most of this stuff, if it's not being worn, it's good to just go to the thrift store. Somebody else will wear it.
Hey, you got that thing
One thing,
that I can put this on?
I have it right there. Let me take my phone off. Your phone was on there first.
Can you get that for me, Ori?
Oh no, I gotta turn it off. Nova. There you go.
No, I don't want that. No, not that. The stand. You don't have it? So I can put my phone on it. I got for Ori for it 2 years ago.
You know what?
It was
Probably.
Where? I probably had it. Let me go.
You had one?
Oh, it's right there. All right. So they in the garage, I guess, throwing away a whole bunch of clothes or whatever they're talking about. All right, so I was talking about explaining something about money, what money is, because I don't think people really understand like what money is, you know. And money basically is a store of value. But I'm just gonna go a little bit deeper into that. I don't. It's in my opinion, it's not just a store of value because gold is a store of value. It can be used as money, but we don't typically use it as money. What we typically use as money is something that is liquid, right? Meaning that liquid, meaning that something it can move quickly. You know what I mean? Like if I want to buy something, I can use it, and it's extremely liquid, and everyone universally uses it. Right? That's what money is. But essentially, money is a store of value. Right? So that's why it's called a a currency. Right? A digital asset. Money. Money is basically a currency, and the current comes from myself. It comes from God, which is the I don't want to get into chakra, but it comes into here and it comes into the body, and then whenever we move, that is the natural, real, the only real currency. So it comes from my hands. Like when you work in the oil field, they say I need deck hands, or even if you're doing accounting, they still need your brain. They need your body to move, and that movement, that function of movement, produces, right? It's production. So the labor is free depending on your skill set. Like what are you able to do with your hands, with your brain, with your body? What are you able to produce? And depending on what society, other people say that they think that you're worth based on what you produce, they will give you that as compensation. But you're like, well, I don't want rocks, or I don't want bread, or I don't want you know, whatever. Give me something that I can use if I want to exchange the currency that I use my energy for. When we call that money. So right now we're operating under um, a central banking system called the Federal Reserve System. Most countries have a central banking system, and that's what um, basically that's what money is, right? So you can take that money, you can take your skills, your movement, your currency, and you can transfer that currency into what we call an asset. Now that asset can be used in multiple ways. It can be used to store that value, right? That asset it can become capital. Capital is something like a truck, and that truck it can move and produce, also it can produce an income, right? Because it's doing the same thing that a human can do. It's not human capital, but it is like it's truck, right? It is equipment, that kind of capital. And then the money from that, as that truck, it depreciates. The human, it depreciates, but over a long period of time. A truck depreciates very quickly, but essentially, it's all currency. It's all money. So I want to get into crypto. This is the new class of assets. This is the new class of currency. Not only is crypto a new class of currency, it is rapidly evolving. It is rapidly being adopted at an extremely parabolic rate compared to the tech boom from the 90s into the 2000s, because that was major mass adoption, meaning that the masses of people adopted um, the tech industry, the tech boom. We're talking about social media platforms. We're talking about like Facebook, MySpace, Google, um, all of the other internet enterprises that you see emerging, that you saw emerge. Some flopped, some kept going, right? So yeah, let me shut this door because the office is come flying back here, and I can't think. All right, so I want to talk about um, so y'all know that I hold crypto, right? I hold in crypto. I invest in crypto. So an investment is, I'm not trading crypto. So I'm not like buying crypto at, let's say Matic, all right, a Polygon or Matic. Let's say Matic was 80 cents, and I have a stop. I have a take profit at $1, right? So let's say Matic hit $1, or I have a stop loss at, let's just say 75 cents. Let's say I buy Matic at 80 cents. I have a stop loss of 75 cents. I have a take profit at $1, right? That would be trading, right? Unless it took over a year for the order to execute, whether it was a stop loss or the take profit, that would pro drivers. I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm busy. All right, yeah, that was uh work. Yeah, but so well, I'm investing in it, and the reason why I decided to invest in crypto is because I read charts, right? I've been reading charts for over 4 years now. So I've been privy to this. I've been privy to this information and to this gift. That's why I always say thank God for giving me the gift to understand, to be able to have the desire and the wherewithal to read charts. So I read charts. Like when you see the charts, like the candlesticks, I read 1 minute candlestick, 2 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour, one day, uh, what 1 week, 1 month charts. I read the charts. They all do the same thing, as above, so below. And I learned through on the 1 minute charts how markets boom and they bust. Some markets spike, but for the most for the most part, they're just busting, they're just breaking down, selling, 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 selling. Go up, selling, selling, selling. Other markets are rising, and so you start here, it rises, it comes down to here, maybe come all the way back down to here, but then it rises, and that high, that peak where it was, it breaks through that. Then it comes back down and come up, and then it come back down and come up, then it come all the way back through to where that one peak was, right around here, but then it'll stop here, and then it'll form a wall. It'll form a support level, and it'll take a while, kind of like a winter season, then boom, it takes off. So the crypto market, the overall crypto market in general, with Bitcoin being the catalyst, Bitcoin being the alpha of all crypto. Bitcoin is what the market is basically. It is the digital gold. Crypto, Bitcoin is considered basically digital gold. It is the asset that people look at and say, all right, the market is doing well, right? The crypto market is doing well. But crypto is, it hasn't even touched mass adoption yet. But mass adoption is coming at a rate superseding uh, at parabolic levels, much greater than what happened with the tech boom, the tech market, right? Um, so we're in a place of opportunity. If you're aware of it, we're in a place, in a state of opportunity that if you invest, just buy a portion of your check, 5%, 10%, and just put it in probably Bitcoin or some crypto, and you just hold it there, and you put a piece of it, buy a piece of the pie, buy a piece of the pie, buy a piece of the pie. Let's just say there's only a small, very small percentage of the whole entire population that has already adopted crypto, that already invest in it, right? So when you saw Dogecoin go from point zero zero 19 cents to point zero zero 99 cents, then you saw it go from point zero zero 99 to 1 cent, or to point zero 0.01, and then point zero 0.01 to point zero 0.02 to point zero 0.03, point zero 0.04, point zero 0.05. Imagine if you would have had 1,000. So that's saying it's going from 1,000 dollars instead of saying 1 cent. So say it was 1,000. You invested 1,000 when it was at 1 cent. When it goes to 2 cents, that was 2,000. It went all the way up to 76 cents. So that 1,000 turned into 76 cents. And we haven't even eclipsed or even touched. We haven't even touched. We're just getting started. It's just the beginning. We haven't even touched the heights that it can reach. So if you drop 1,000 in now, Doge, we don't know, Doge can probably hit $30, right? Doge can probably hit $30, $40 in a 10-year, 15-year time span. So just how when all this stuff was like a few dollars back in the 2000s, well, Apple is like 190 right now. But imagine if you would have had 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, because people got that kind of money. A lot of people got that kind of money just sitting around in some type of account. Some people smoke that shit up. You got people that are in poverty, that say they're in poverty, but they smoke a lot of their money up, meaning that they could have just kicked that habit, tossed that money over into Apple or some other kind of account, and that asset, that investment would have grew in balloon, and you would have had a small piece of the pie, a certain level of wealth. But right now, I'm going to go into talk about some of the numbers. Ethereum right now is breaking out. It has gone from, let's say, since the beginning of this month, it broke a crucial resistance level, which was 2,100. So it broke 2,100. Just within this week, it's gone from 2,100 to 2,334. So that's a $200 increase just this week alone. But here's the thing: it's known that it's going to go parabolic and break again. Remember, this is something that went from $8 from bottom. Mind you, there's a history before this, but I'm just going to start to the point where it had ran up to like 500, came back down to like $8, and then took off all the way up to 4,500, almost 5,000. Think about that. So if it goes from $8 to 5,000, that's 8 with no zeros on the end. Then you have 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end. Guess what that means? That means if it's sitting at 2,002 with 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end, and we haven't even there hasn't even been mass adoption yet. Even if you just take 2,000, even if that 2,000 went all the way back down to zero and it just sat there, at some point in history, that thing is still going to come smashing through that 2,000 and smashing through the 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. This is what I'm saying. We are in a space where the financial system is turning over. The old financial system is moving out, and the new financial system is moving in. And you know what's not going to be at the head of this financial system? The dollar bill. There may be a digital asset for it, but the financial system is becoming decentralized, meaning that I don't need to go through the fiat money, the US dollar, the central banking system in order to send you money. I can send you Bitcoin because Bitcoin is its own system. It's its own financial system. I can send you Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin has a value. Bitcoin has a value because the market dictates the value. The market is you and me and Ted and Tom and 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 Marquita and Shaniqua and Kaylin and my mama and my daddy. We dictate the market. So that's where mass adoption come in, which that's what's happening at a rapid pace. So what I'm saying is, if you were to, so right now, if you go to work and you get a dollar bill, right? Well, the dollar bill is what over time? Inflation causes the overall value of the dollar to decrease in value. That's not what's happening with crypto. Crypto, yes, it's volatile, but over time, it's moving at rates superseding the dollar. It's just moving at a much greater rate than the dollar bill. So when you go to work, when you get your currency, you get your money, all you got to do is get a broker like Coinbase or Uphold or MetaMask or whatever, wherever you want to go to get your Robinhood. And well, not Robinhood. You can invest in Robinhood, but you can't hold the crypto. Or you can get a cold wallet, all right? And you just transfer that $5 over into here, and then that over time it fluctuates. It may drop a little bit, but over time it's doing this relative to the dollar. The dollar is still here, but that $1 that you put in, it'll probably end up 1x or 2x and 3x. That dollar turns into $1, $2, $3, and $4. This is what I'm saying is happening. So Ethereum right now is going nuts. It's just breaking out right now, and we don't know how high this thing is going to go just in 2024. I'm thinking, it may hit anywhere between 10 and 20. The all-time high is 5. It's going to smash through that, my guy. That's nothing. It's going to smash through that. It may not be in 2024, but definitely in 2025 or 2026, it's going to smash through. And if it don't smash through, it doesn't matter because mass adoption is going to force the market. The market capitalization, people are going to continue to buy and hold. Because I just hold and buy. I just buy and hold. I just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy. It eventually is going to rocket up and shoot, boom, up to the next zone. Because you got all this activity going on down here at this zone. Boom. You can see the charts. Then it'll take off. It'll rocket. Is it going to rocket to 10,000, 15,000, 30,000? Just this year, over the past 60 days, Solana went from $8. I think the beginning of 2023, from $8, right? So let's say you had 8,000 in there, and it's right now. I think today is at 65,000. So if you had 8,000 in 2023, if you was already hip, you was already working on your position, it went from $8 to today. It's at 65 right now, $65, right? So that 8,000 turned into what? 65,000. Now hear me out. Solana's all-time high is $260. So if you had the $8,000 when it went all the way back down to its bottom, and now it consolidated, where it hit a support zone and it's getting ready to take off back up, that 8,000 more than likely is going to turn into 26,000 for a lot of people. By then, that's when people are going to be like, oh man, remember, look at Dogecoin, or look at Solana, or look at Bitcoin, or look at blah, 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 blah. But most people are sitting on the sideline, not being proactive because they're just not aware. They just don't know. People just don't understand that this is happening. This is going on. They don't really understand the technology of these platforms that we can invest our own self. We don't have to go we don't have to go to like JP Morgan or whatever, like down to the physical brick and mortar office and give them money and have them invest in uh, something that's gonna, you know, give them a 4.5%, year over year yield or what have you, 5%, 6, maybe 7%, which is rare if you put your money with someone else, right? You're better off is putting your money in the S&P 500, like your physical money. Get your own broker and just transfer the money from your bank account into the S&P 500 or into the Nasdaq. And Nasdaq, year over year is doing what, about 10%. You know what I mean? It's doing about 10% year over year. So you're better off just doing that anyways instead of using a traditional broker because they're not really doing anything, right? They're taking money off the top. They're taking that 5% that you should also be gaining. So they're giving you 5%, 6%, whatever, but they're gonna take that other 3 to 5% off the top for the cost of doing business. But yeah, man, I just want to put this stuff. I just want to get out there and start putting this information out there because people really aren't aware of it. People don't know how to do this. You know what I mean? Or they don't know what they're doing. But right now, the crypto market is already bottomed out. Right? Remember when it ran up back in after COVID? When COVID hit, it boom, it crashed, which people probably didn't know, but they would say, "Oh, the markets or whatever." They probably saw some news, but then it took off, and it took off, and it took off, and it just. You know what I mean? That's when Bitcoin went to 66. That's when uh that's when Riot on the public side of things, which is a mining company that mining Bitcoin, that mines Bitcoin. That's when it went from like $5, right? Went from $5 all the way to it went to 77,000. It went to $77. So you'd have $5. But Riot came all the way back down to as low as like $8. Then it went up to $20. It went back down to $9. But now it's at $15 as the crypto market takes off. You know what I mean? Same thing with Apple. Apple hit, was it 190 and it came all the way back down to 120 and it's back up at 190 again. This is what markets do. But eventually, all this activity within 2020 to 2024, all this activity here, in 10 years, the market's going to be way up here. So all this activity going on here is just going to be hindsight. And the market's going to continue the strong market is going to continue to trend up because it moves at a 45-degree angle. Polygon is at 86 cents right now. It's up 5% right now. That's just my price alert that I just got right there. So ask me questions right now if you want to, because I can only do this when I'm off. You know what I mean? I can only do this when I'm not working. But this is what I absolutely love to do. I love to trade, but because I'm not actively trading as much as I was, as far as like day trading is just too difficult because I'm a truck driver and I'm there 65, 65 hours easily a week. You know what I mean? Between 55 and 65 hours. Then I come home, I got family, you know what I mean? So I would rather just buy and hold. You know what I mean? Take my money, take care of the household, buy and hold, and just be patient. But yeah, if you got questions, just hit me up right now while I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? Uh, Drinking my juice. We're at 24, 25 minutes. Yeah, man. So I'm fixing to hit up this gym, and so I can stay young, fly. You know what I'm saying? Young, fly, sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like 40 is the new 40, 43 is the new 43. Ain't nobody trying to be young. Ain't nobody trying to like slide back. They try to shame getting older, but I think getting older is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Getting older is a blessing. And it's not trying to get older to look sexy for somebody else, for nobody else. It's just, it's not getting older and then and looking good for somebody else. It's just do it just because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what 40 is. Like we're supposed to look good. We're supposed to be to be healthy. But if the things that are associated with old come your way, Those are the things that's associated with age. You know what I'm trying to say? Things happen as you get older. So anyway, it was 25-minute mark. Peace, love, happiness, wellness.